So the questions this week are on devotion. So the first question is, how should a devotee act?
Remaining devoted either to the master or to a form of the deity or to that Parabrahman itself means that all the time your mental attention is on that divinity that you adore, you are devoted to, you want to worship. So that is important. That is how mentally you are able to surrender to the divine. So thus you are in the awareness of the divine either through imagination or through meditation. Often we can also tell due to imagination, mind has gone out of control since time immemorial, and using the same imagination about the divine, you try to bring that mind back into the self. So that is also a part of the devotion. And all when you are devoted, all your emotional energies get tapped into a single pointed energy, thus enabling your mind also to become single pointed. So, this sadhana is very important. This can become very natural if you fall in love unconditionally. That love is not for any materialistic wealth, not for lust or greed, just for sake of love, you love. Like that, you love the master, you love the divine in any form you like, generally. So, thus, you can remain devoted. This is what a devotee has to act upon as a sadhana.
Thank you. So you mentioned surrender. Surrender to a guru, surrender to a form of God, or just surrender to everything?
A highest form of surrender without trying to imagine what form the divine is, just surrender to that divine mentally. When you mentally surrender to the divine, you will not analyze any happenings. Your mind will simply accept as the things happen. You will not make any judgment. You will leave it to the wishes of the divine, and thus you simply surrender. When you do this, your mind recedes when acceptance is there. When it recedes, it goes towards the divine only. So that is what is the real surrender means.
Thank you. And so you said that devotion is where you love for the sake of love. Is there a difference between that and just what they call blind faith?
This love is, when it is unconditional, you gain enormous self confidence. It will not be a blind faith, because in blind faith you are likely to regret anything you have done if it doesn't give you according to your expectations. So that is blind faith, and you expect something to happen. When you don't expect anything to happen, that is love. There is no greed or no lust, nothing is there, just for sake of love. So thus you gain that confidence. When I love the divine, I won't regret for anything. So that was how 50 years ago, when my mother asked, what do you mean by you want Swamiji and devotion? How do you know whether he is a genuine yogi or not? I told her, I don't know whether he is a genuine yogi or a badmash or whatever it is. What I know is I have fallen in love with him. I will not regret. Whatever comes, I will accept it. So that is how. So you really remain devoted, and the love means.
And another thing that often we read is the instruction to pay apt attention, that the devotee should listen with apt attention. Can you explain a little bit more about that emphasis?
Mind's application, like when you are trying to learn, if the master, the divine, is giving upadesha, teachings, you pay apt attention to those instructions and teachings to do sadhana. And also, when you are devoted, your attention has to be all the time on that deity, on that form that you imagine. So that is important. That's what the apt attention. So if it is there, then the mind turns introvert. It accepts, it recedes. As I have told, mind has no third way. Either it has to be in this world with imagination, or if it becomes quiet, it goes introvert towards the divine only, its source actually. So that is what will happen when you simply accept and pay apt attention means. So you are not attentive to anything else. No imagination is there, and your attention is not towards the world but towards the deity, the divine. So that's what the apt attention, that's what the divine demand. I have also told the divine has not demanded gold or silver or any materialistic thing. What he demands is your apt attention, mind's application. That is what is important. You can even pour one glass of water on the Shivalingam or a glass of milk, whatever is possible, is no problem. But your mind has to be there. You cannot tell that I cannot apply my mind, I will just give you 100 rupees. So that won't work. The mind's application is very important.
Does singing devotional songs help in this development of devotion and single-pointedness?
Yeah. So when you either listen or when you sing, apply your emotions. Imagine as if the deity is standing in front of you. So what a thrill that you can get. So thus a mental projection can happen. So your mind is totally absorbed into that imagination. So this imagination is like a creativity. So you switch the return journey button towards the divine. You imagine the divine and try to see the divine. Thus all your emotional energies get tapped. Either you sing or you listen to devotional songs. So that can work a beautiful therapy for mind control, and the mind eventually becoming quiet and going towards the divine.
And what about prayer? Is prayer necessary or helpful?
Prayers also very helpful. It is recommended. When you pray, gradually you rise above the level of the prayer. Means the beginning you can pray what you want in this world. You want, but along with that, you must pray that you want peace. May the divine inspire your wisdom. So that is the real prayer gradually. So then finally one day you simply surrender when you pray. May it happen according to your wishes, but please inspire my wisdom and protect me so that I don't lose my mind. So that is how the highest prayer, you go, you surrender, you won't demand anything, you will simply surrender. So that's what you will ask for as a prayer.
Thank you. And how should a devotee approach asking a master a question? What makes a good question or a bad question?
First thing, one must have reverence and total faith in the Guru, and with all humility seeking the permission of the Guru, Master, then you ask the question. It should not be for testing the Master or showing your own arrogance. It is for wanting to know, for sake of acquiring knowledge. So that is what your humbleness, your humility is very important. So then when you first, instead of asking, try to see what the Master wants to give you on his own. What is the highest teaching, highest blessing, or the highest guidance that the Master wants to give you. So instead of telling all your problems, you just wait for the Master to talk. then you get the highest thing. That's how we did. Whenever Swamiji used to come to this place, to Dehradun, I used to be just waiting what is it Swamiji wants to convey. There was hardly anything that I had to ask him. I never asked him any such things. We asked only for blessings, for grace, and for proper guidance and inspiring the wisdom. So then he gave the highest truth. He gave the meditation. He advised to meditate and know the truth. So we just followed that one. So that is what is important. Instead of you asking the master to give you what you want, you just leave it to the master. The master will give you the supermarket, as I have told that example. If you ask, your imagination is very small, you will end up asking only for a small chocolate. You won't know how to ask the entire supermarket. You don't know. You get attracted to a chocolate and you end up asking that. Instead, leave it to the master, leave it to the divine. He'll give you the supermarket. That's what Swamiji said.
So for you, when you met Swamiji, you just fell in love, you said. So the devotion was automatic. Is it possible for somebody to develop devotion? Can this be created by us?
Yeah. So when you don't go with any prayer or request, you just go with an imagination to wait and see what the master has to give you. What is it that he wants to teach you? What is it that he wants to advise you? So you look for that one. Then you cultivate that devotion and surrender. So you won't expect anything else. Just whatever the master gives, that is the highest things he will give you. That's how you can cultivate and develop devotion properly, surrender. You won't ask for any impermanent things. You want to know the permanent thing. What is it? So that is how you have to approach the master. Then you can fall in love and you can develop that highest devotion will be possible.
Okay. Some people talk about losing their faith or losing devotion. How does that happen, that devotion can be lost, and how could it be regained?
If they had any personal agenda, like if they had expectations about this world, impermanent world, so if when they don't get, they say they start losing faith because they want to measure the master or God according to their expectations or imagination. Like a person wants some money or something of the world to happen, so then he will start thinking, if this is given to me by the master, then I will consider master as really powerful, master has the power, master has really experience. Instead of we surrendering, we try to measure the master, how much he has achieved, what is it the powers that he has achieved. So when we look all these things, then we are likely to lose faith if we don't get them.
You've talked about devotion to the master or devotion to a deity. Can that devotion to be just something very abstract, like just the chant of Om or something like that? Does that work?
Anything can work on which you have the faith. Any name, any mantra. So that's what I have always explained. Many times people ask which mantra is more powerful, which name of the God is more powerful. The power is not in the mantra or not in the name of God. So it is unnecessarily mythical things have been created by people who are like half-baked beings, who are not self-realized masters. This mantra can be powerful for this purpose, this mantra can be powerful for this purpose. So this can change the mind, this can give you such a situation. So that is not the truth, actually. So you just do not analyze any such thing, then have total faith, and then take on to any name, any mantra that appeals to you, that can work for you. because it is the faith in the name of the Lord, in the name of the Guru, that will work wonders, not the mantra which will work.
Thank you, Babaji. Somebody sent in a question, and the question is, the story goes, once a thief of some other religion scaled the heights of the ashram walls during the night to reach Sri Saradana Devi, the wife of Sri Ramakrishna, saying he couldn't wait to see her, and the mother accepted his devotion, saying he's also her son. Can devotion overcome obstacles to reach God?
If you are really devoted, so gradually your mind will become purified and you won't go into any wrong things. So all obstacles you can overcome, and the real surrender, provided you have the real devotion, you really love the deity or the Guru. So that is what is important. Then you get purified. Otherwise, if you go with a personal agenda, then you won't get purified at all. So you will remain with your ego and arrogance and that selfishness. So that is not a devotee.
And for you, Babaji, your practice was a mix of devotion, meditation, and service. Was one of those three more dominant?
All are equally beneficial when you adopt. This is what I experienced. Service, we did not analyze why I should be doing this work, why not this, whatever we served. So that was all right. I never regretted that I could not meditate at that time, and I did not have any disappointment. I have been asked to do this task, and I have not been asked to sit and meditate. So there is no such thing. So there was no such expectation. So let this service reach the lotus feet of my master. Let him accept this as a sadhana. So that got converted as a sadhana. My mind receded. It was never agitated. It never calculated anything. It never went into any greed or any wanting or analyzations or judgments about the master and his wishes. So thus it also got converted as a sadhana. And the bhakti also, we were devoted to Swamiji means surrendered. Actually devotion means you are surrendering to the master. Simply we loved him. So whatever he wanted, we did it, and we went on doing. So we were so much devoted. Everything we did, even today we are continuing, because we love Swamiji. We love our master. We are devoted to our master. That is very important. So that's why we are continue to doing. So that also served as a sadhana, because mind became quiet. Mind did not have any expectations at all. As I was quiet in the mouth, the mind was also equally quiet. That gave me supreme peace. The same thing came in dhyana also. In dhyana also, what is important is that you don't analyze, you don't make any judgments, you remain quiet. That's what you practice. So the same thing happens in all the things. In service also, you practice remaining quiet, you don't analyze anything, and you simply accept the thing that happens. That is how you are surrendered. So your mind has become quiet. In devotion also, you don't analyze why the master is doing this, why the master is not doing this. There is no such analyzations, no judgments. Just love the master. So the same thing happened. So when you sit for meditation by closing the eyes also, you are taught to do the same thing. Just watch in between eyebrows means this is what precisely you have to be doing. You do not analyze, you don't make any judgments, why this has to happen, why that did not happen in my life, why did yesterday this thing happen. Just accept. When you become quiet, the mind has accepted. So thus you have gone into dhyana, sadhana, the mind recedes. So in all the three, actually the dhyana was happening. Meditation, attention, your attention to, that's what happened. So I utilized whatever emotions was there in me and whatever circumstances made me to do such things, services, By remaining in the ashram, I had to serve whatever was expected. And whenever I got time, I did the meditation, means I kept quiet mentally. I closed the eyes and just kept quiet. So thus, mind went into samadhi eventually.
There was 20 years when you served Swamiji, from when you met him as a teenager to being a man. What you were devoted to, did that change? Were you initially devoted to Swamiji in his physical form as a person, and then that gradually changed to see him in some other way, or was it always the same for you?
It was always the same, because you see, physical body, the glow was there, that vibrations, that amazing glow which attracted me. I just wanted to be seeing him, watching him. Like I keep asking you all to meditate and just watch in between eyebrows. It naturally happened that I just wanted to watch him. I didn't want to talk to him anything. I didn't want him to talk anything much. Never expected. Just wanted to watch him. Thus the mind receded. So gradually the mind practiced or learned or automatically started seeing him everywhere, in everything, as everything. Whatever happened in my life, whoever came, a good person or a bad person, it appeared as if Swamiji was doing that. A bad person came and did some bad things. It was Swamiji who was doing. Wanted to teach me something, I thought. And good things happened. It was Swamiji. So thus everywhere Swamiji was always there in the mind. So I could not see anything else by practice or by a habit that had happened. I just saw Swamiji. Even when somebody behaved badly also, I saw only Swamiji. Oh, this Swamiji, maybe he is trying to train me something better so that I can become better also. So we don't know whatever it is. So whatever it is, please protect me, Swamiji, always. Inspire my wisdom. Let it happen according to your wishes. Let me surrender to you. Like that I used to think, visualize, and that practice. That's how naturally it came. So I never felt anything else. I saw Swamiji only all the time. Even when he dropped the physical body also, it has continued. The same thing is continued. Otherwise, there is no other interest to live in this world. There is nothing else to achieve. Because Swamiji, we continue simply.
So you said that Swamiji tested you through other people, but also Swamiji tested you directly. There are times when he was very, very tough on you and seemingly unfairly behaved towards you. But that didn't bother you? That didn't put you off?
No, because I think I started loving him more. I also used to become a bit stubborn. In my mind, I used to think, now you are testing me or you are doing this to me, I don't know why. I am going to love you more. You cannot make me give up the love to you. You have no power, Swamiji. I will do that. Continue. I am going to love you because I have no analyzations why you are doing this to me, what you are. Nothing, no imagination. Simply I love. I am going to love you. So I also became more stubborn and went on simply loving, that's all.
So one question came in, I think related to that. When a bad thing happened to Babaji, did Babaji take any action?
In what way means?
I think that refers to when you saw if somebody bad came and was behaving badly, you accepted it as a training from Swamiji?
Oh, yeah. You see, apart from accepting the training, if I had to react upon, do a hissing noise, or try to protect myself, get out of that situation or circumstances, anything, because through me also it was the same Swamiji who was working or who was inspiring. The same thing. Like Swamiji came to attack me and Swamiji protected me, Swamiji reacted, like that. Everywhere it was Swamiji. So when you think that Swamiji, it is everywhere, you have to think in everything. Not simply the one who is slapping is Swamiji and from here there is no Swamiji, there is no such thing. whatever reaction happened, in my consciousness, everything was Swamiji. So there was no different story or imagination did not occur.
What is the difference between devotion and blind faith, or is there a difference?
Yeah, you see, a blind faith is you are totally ignorant of the devotional path, you don't have any love, but for sake of some materialistic things and some power such thing, so you try to believe somebody that somebody is going to make you fly in the air. So that type of things are all the blind faith. So blind faith will not give you self-confidence, but a real devotion and the real faith will give you self-confidence when you don't have any expectations, just want to do the sadhana, maintain your distance from the master also, you don't expect any worldly things. So that is the real devotion.
Thank you.
And the next question, somebody has sent in, could Babaji talk about Hanuman and devotion towards Ram? I know this is a story you sometimes tell, but maybe that's a beautiful way to finish this session about Hanuman's devotion to Ram.
Yeah, even Yoga Vasistha talks that Hanuman was a great self-realized soul, but he remained in the Dasya Bhava as a servant to the master Sri Rama. He never considered himself to be a guru or any such thing. And he was very devoted, always chanting the name of Lord Rama. So about the faith to the master and the master's name, Swamiji used to repeatedly so many times, 100 times he would have told me this story in the 20 years. Whenever he was annoyed or he scolded me also, then he would talk about my mind. You see, now you must be thinking of running away from me because I have scolded you. You know, Sri Rama wanted to kill Hanuman, but yet Hanuman did not give up the name of Rama, repetition of Rama's name, and his faith also, it was never shaken. One must have such faith, then the Guru will have to bless you. Not even the Guru can harm you. Like that he used to tell this story, that always he used to tell. Once there was a meeting of all the angels and the sages who are sitting. At that time, Lord Rama had come back to Ayodhya after killing the demon king Ravanasura and has brought back his wife Sita, and he was ruling the kingdom of Ayodhya. The discussion for the matter about this was sages was, which one is more powerful, Rama's weapons of bows and arrows or Sri Rama's name, which one is more powerful? Well, Vishwamitra sage, he says, Rama is more powerful when he takes up his bows and arrows. I have seen him since his childhood. Nobody can challenge him in all the worlds, that he says. Then Vasistha, he could not keep quiet. No, sir, this is not the thing. O Venerable sage, Rama's name is much more powerful than Rama's weapons. Anybody who can chant Rama's name with all the faith, so they can defeat Rama's bows and arrows also. Then Vishwamitra got very much annoyed. This cannot be, we will test it now. So then he comes to the world on the Bhuloka, and he goes to a king who was a great devotee of Sri Rama. He always remained in meditation with repeating Sri Rama's name. So in those days, the protocol was that even if a sage came to your home unannounced, you are supposed to receive him, give him proper reception, wash his feet, all these were there. But because that king was into meditation of Rama's name, he could not attend to Vishwamitra, all the protocols of reception, everything. Using this as an excuse, Vishwamitra goes back from there, or straight away comes to the court of Sri Rama, then complains, Hey Rama, in your kingdom, in your empire, there are kings who are disrespectful to me. They did not receive properly. Now I am going to shift my monastery to some other empire. I am not going to stay here anymore. Then Sri Rama Lord, he comes and touches the feet of Vishwamitra. You are my Guru. You cannot be annoyed like this. Please don't leave this empire and go away somewhere else. Tell me who was disrespectful to you. I will chop off his head tomorrow before sunset. And I promise this in the name of my bows and arrows, through which I killed demon king Ravana also. Then Vishwamitra is very much satisfied. Now Rama is going to kill that king. Let us see what's going to happen. Who will protect him now? Then he tells that such and such king was the one who was disrespectful to me. So you have to kill him before sunset tomorrow. Then here sage Narada, who was also in that conference meeting, he comes to this king. Oh king, you are always repeating Rama Rama name. What the use is? The same Rama is going to kill you tomorrow, man. What will you do now? Oh my God, what will happen to me now? So what should I do? Hey, look, I'll give an idea. Go to Hanuman. Only Hanuman can protect you. He will be either on a treetop, on the mountain top, sitting all the time repeating Rama, 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 Rama. He doesn't have anything else to do. He is in a samadhi. But first take promise from him that he will protect you. Don't tell him who is going to kill you. And then only you tell. Then the king goes to Hanuman, where Hanuman was sitting Rama, 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 repeating the name with all the faith. Such was his devotion. And then he surrendered. Please protect me, I am going to be killed tomorrow. Because Rama was in such a samadhi state. So he just promised him, don't worry, nobody can kill you tomorrow before sunset. I promise in the name of Rama's name, which is so dearer to me. I cannot allow Rama's name to go waste. Come, don't worry, now tell me, who is going to kill you? Then he tells, your Rama, your Guru Rama only is going to kill me. Then Hanuman tells, Badmash, now what will I do? You make me to fight with my Guru now? Okay, maybe that is the divine place, some meaning is there. So with his tail, he builds a fort and makes the king to go and sit inside there. You sit there, let us see what will happen tomorrow. Next day, Rama sends all his army, his brothers, Bharata, Shatrughna, Lakshmana, all come. Everyone got driven away by the power of Hanuman. Nobody could do anything. Then finally Rama comes. Swamiji was so innocently, he used to language any word that he wanted he would use. It may appear but awkward to all others writing. So Rama comes. Hey Hanuman, hand over that king, I have to murder him. I have promised. So others may feel bewildered, but this was what the word Swamiji used to tell. So then Hanuman said, no, Maharaj, I am not going to hand over. I have promised. Hey, Hanuman, I have also promised to kill the king. I have to first kill him. If you don't hand over the king, I will first kill you and then I will murder the king also. So what will happen? Then Hanuman with folded hand tells him, Maharaj, tomorrow when you drop your physical body, your bows and arrows are of no use for the coming generations, in the coming yugas, in the coming ages. But Rama's name will always be there in all the ages. Whoever repeats with total faith, they will be protected by your grace. Even you cannot deny that one. So then, if that is the case, then I will first murder you, then I will murder the king also. Rama took up the bows and arrows. Hanuman just went on repeating Rama, 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 Rama. And Swamiji used to tell whatever arrows he shot, so they all became garlands and fell on the neck of Hanuman. So that's what Hanuman was so much devoted. Nothing could happen to him. And all the angels and sages came and apologized to Rama. We just wanted to test and show the world how the Guru's name can work. So that's how Swamiji used to tell. Look, Hanumanji never gave up the name of Guru. If you chant the Guru's name with all the faith, Guru will have to bless you. He has no other choice. So that is the wonders that the faith can work in the name of the Master.
Thank you, Babaji. I think that's a very wonderful way to finish devotion. Thank you.
Yeah, so very wonderful. I deeply appreciate all your participation and some wonderful questions, the beautiful theme of devotion. Remember, there is really no difference in any path that you would undertake. Devotion, knowledge, seva or meditation, they all need your mental application, mind. If the mind can remain quiet, if there is acceptance, that is how if you surrender to your master, to the divine, then you achieve that sadhana, you achieve that self-awareness eventually. That is how Hanuman used to tell, In his story it comes, if it is Advaita, if it is non-duality, only Rama exists, the I do not exist at all. If it is in Dvaita, the duality, I am Rama's servant and Rama is my master. So that is how Shri Hanuman used to tell. So that is what you all have to learn. All my love and blessings. May you all be blessed by our beloved Master Swamiji.